Changes to the Biosecurity Act have made it illegal for Australians to return home from India. Those trying to bypass the measure could face a $66,000 fine and up to 5 years in jail. Health Minister Greg Hunt has stressed the decision is temporary but necessary to reduce the COVID risk to Australians on home soil.
Cases from India which are positive go from 14 in the 28 days in a 28-day period largely covering February, to 38 in a 28-day period largely covering March, to 210 in a 28-day period largely covering April. Across the country, we saw a 1,500% increase in cases.
The government insists the decision was made solely on health advice.
The CMO did not recommend jail time or $60,000 penalties. That was a decision by government, was it not?
No, he did not. No, that's a decision. That's a function of the Biosecurity Act, which is what was invoked by the Chief Medical Officer's advice. This is not what anybody wants.
We weren't asked about penalties. That's the law.
Many have labelled the move unconstitutional and want the government to focus on strengthening our quarantine system instead of slamming shut the border. Senator Matt Canavan has spoken out against the government, saying we should be helping Aussies in India return, not jailing them. Let's fix our quarantine system rather than leave our fellow Australians stranded.
It is our duty to help Australians in trouble overseas. And what we're now saying with this ban is if you happen to get sick in India, an Australian citizen, take your chances with their hospitals. I just think this is a terrible stain that betrays how panicked we are with fear.
Medical experts believe the hotel quarantine system can only cope with a 2% infection rate. 15% of those in the Howard Springs facility in the Northern Territory have COVID.
The positivity rate for the flights received on the 15th and the 17th of April, I'm advised, was 13.6%. So almost 7 times the expected carrying capacity, which would be the safe carrying capacity of our hotels.
The government initially said it would review the ban on May 15. Now the Prime Minister says it may be sooner.
Yeah, that's the case, and Ray, I mean, and I can and will be reviewing it before then too, with Greg Hunt and the Chief Medical Officer, and we will continue to do that. We'll do it, this week. We'll do it the following week. This only needs to be there in place for as long as it needs to be there to keep Australians safe.
India has recorded 368,000 new COVID cases and more than 3,400 deaths in the past 24 hours. The country may not reach its peak until later this month. Charlotte Mortlock, Sky News Sydney.